Guys, what's going on? I am in between clients right now. Had to get some content out for you. Are you guys okay from that recent market dump? I mean, are you plebes gonna be okay? Are you hanging in there? I mean, are we nervous about this? Are we scared? No. No, we're not, because it's not a big deal. We've seen this a billion times. It's a measly $10,000 drop from 123 to 113. Fucking relax. Relax. Nothing's going to happen. Look at this. You still have turmoil and chaos in politics and government. Look at this. Politico. Trump bypasses the Senate and the courts to install loyal U.S. attorneys. Washington Post. Or hold up. I just saw one about the Fed. But I read he wants Powell to resign, obviously. Epstein files land on Capitol Hill. Nothing's going to happen with that because everyone's involved. Trump tariffs could reduce U.S. deficit by $4 trillion. CBO estimates that's not going to happen because we live in a Keynesian economical system, guys. Keynesian economics. In order for these politicians and elites to become wealthier than they could ever imagine, they need a constant inflationary environment, which is Keynesian economics. That's how this system is all set up. Constant inflation, things go up forever, and if people don't realize it, they get left on the ground while everyone else is floating up on the inflation balloon. So that's why I say all these things are going to continuously go up. All assets across the board, real estate, Pokemon cards, collectibles, metals, anything that hedges against inflation will continue to go up. Now, the second, and this will not happen, but I'm just saying if this did happen, if the Fed were to say, hey, we're never going to print money again, the dollar is now capped, there will be no more dollars made. Holy shit, that would flip the script on everybody. Nobody would be buying Bitcoin no more, dude. I mean, they might, but it sure wouldn't be the same situation we're in now. The only reason crypto is so expensive and high right now is because of the Fed and the consistent dilution of fiat. That's it. As long as we have this amount of paper money in supply, Bitcoin will either stay where it is or will continue to go up. The only way these assets will ever come down is if the Fed stops printing money. And whenever I go on all these other channels, whether it's Pokemon, Metal, crypto, crypto guys, we know it's all about the Fed printing money. That's literally it. Supply, demand. Okay? Capped out, not capped out. Limited, not limited. It's pretty fucking simple. And these peasants and plebes will never understand this. And that's fine, because that's why we're the wolves. We got to eat. And there got to be sheep for us to eat. So that's just the way it is, guys. We are the lucky ones who know about this shit right now. Do not ever get scared. I saw this guy's Twitter handle once, and it was buy every dip. Buy every dip. Literally, if it's $100, $50, $1 million, buy every goddamn dip ever. Okay? Because you can console with yourself and take safety in the fact that the Fed will continue to print money. I go on these channels and all these, especially the Pokemon ones, the channels, because a lot of them don't have financial background or knowledge, and all the comments are like, "What, will Pokemon cards come back down? Oh, what do you foresee happening in the near future for Pokemon cards?" And these guys can't give the comments a straight answer. Like, "Oh, we don't know what." Bro, it's fucking simple. Fed prints money, Pokemon cards go up. Fed prints money, real estate goes up. Fed prints money, crypto goes up. Fed prints money, metals go up. That is it. Holy shit. Ugh. Guys, I want to... Here, let me show you what I added to my collection in the last couple days. I added to my Pokemon collection. There's another crypto Pokemon in one video. I decided to go all in on... Dude, guys, I must have dropped another 3,000. Okay, so I got these two World Championship 2023 Pikachu cards. If you're not looking at the screen, it's an incredible card. It's Japanese. I got one in PSA 10 and I got a tag 10. Cost me about $1,200. Maybe I overpaid, maybe I didn't. Who knows? I mean, I know because the Fed's going to keep printing money. So I'm expecting literally everything on our collector apps to go up forever, guys. It's just like when the Pokemon card set doesn't or goes out of print. Dude, we have missed out. I don't know about you guys. I am dumping a shit ton of money into Pokemon right now because I haven't missed the boat, but I should have like at this point now I'm going all in on Pokemon and crypto. Those are the only two and my Roth IRA, which I really guys, I barely fucking contribute to my Roth IRA. I don't like it. I don't trust it. I don't trust my money in Vanguard. I'd rather buy Bitcoin. The only reason I put money into my Roth is just because. Just by the slight 0.1% chance that the Fed stops printing money. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't affect stocks either because stocks are actually going to go up forever too. Unless the Fed stops printing money, or unless you see a catastrophe like what happened with Lehman Brothers or Enron or any of those. So, bottom line, Fed prints money, shit goes up forever. It's that easy. Okay, when things go out of reprint, when things go out of print for Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic, those old products skyrocket. It's that simple. Okay, so I added those two Pikachu cards, the 2023 championships. I found an XY Evolutions ETB at my LGS last night. I picked that up for $500. A good buy? I don't know. I'm thinking it'll go up to $1,000. All right, look at me and my noob investment Pokemon knowledge. But listen, this small and mighty box right here, if you're not looking at the screen, I bought this in 2020 for $100. Still got the label on it. Still got the price tag on it. Shit's worth $800 now on eBay. That's an 8X. Okay? Guess what hasn't given me an 8X return in a short amount of time? My shitty Roth IRA. Giving me 16% in 1 year. That's not an 8X. That is not an 8X. That's not 800%. That's 16%. This is what I mean. When you play by the rules and you play by the matrix and you use the system and you're a good little slave, you're a good little plebe, and you contribute to your Roth and your company matches your paychecks. Dude, this is the slave mentality. This is why they're getting 16% a year and we're getting 500%. 800%, 1,500%. Damn, we are lucky to be here. I got two Paldean Fates ETBs for $320 each. I'm not opening those. Those could have a Bubble Mew in there. Bubble Mew's worth $600 raw, $2,000 PSA 10, tag 10. I ain't opening those, okay? I also added one Prismatic Evolutions Super Premium Collection for $220. I know. I think Prismatic's going to be a banger. I honestly, just guys, it's Fed printing money. Okay, these will go up. So also, I got 15 Prismatic ETBs for $100. I think my average on the 15 is about $97. $97, guys. I bought 15 of them. They're on the way. I think it's going to be a banger investment. I'm confident. I also got one Black Bolt, one White Flare ETB. I've actually been ripping these. I really like ripping Black Bolt, White Flare. I really want those 3 monochrome cards. I want that Zekrom. I want that Reshiram. I want that Victini all in tag 10s. But the set is still too fresh. I ain't paying $4,000. I ain't paying $2,000 for a red Victini. I ain't paying $2,000 for a black or a white Zekrom Reshiram. I'm not paying that prices. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Maybe another couple sets. These black and whites will come down, and I can stock up on more. I am selling on eBay my Shining Gyarados Mega, my M Gyarados, which I pulled in 2020. I think I must have got it in a Breakpoint pack. But I'm selling it for about $100 on eBay. And I am also... Oh, I added a Surging Sparks booster box. I'm thinking about getting into that set, completing it. We'll see about that. And that is a little bit of the update on my Pokemon portfolio. I'm up to about 17 grand. So I will start to tone back a little bit because I am a little over leveraged, which you guys should never do unless obviously if you're a young kid, you don't have any money, You don't go into debt for Pokemon cards ever. The only time you, and I'm going to say this very respectfully because the general rule is you never go into debt for any kind of collectibles, okay? I'm just going to lay that right there. Don't ever go into debt unless this specific situation arises. Now, I have my own business, right? I've told you guys that before. I have an LLC. I know exactly the amount of money that's coming into my accounts at any times of any point in my life. I know exactly how much money I have at all times. And I know exactly what my clients are doing at all times. Of course, you can't account for emergencies, but when my business, and I have clients that aren't on vacation and my business is weird. Clients will go away. You can't time it. Sometimes I'll have 3 clients go away for a week and then there goes 3 weeks of my pay. That's why you build up a nice nest egg and you know how much money you have to account for these kind of things with your business. I know that once all my clients are in full swing every day, 3 times a week, 5 times a week, I got all these different clients sprinkled around at different rates, different times they come every week. I know how many paychecks I'm getting every week. And so I am able to over leverage a little bit. Let's say $3,000 to $5,000 over leverage, meaning I put it on a credit card, I don't spend the cash. Because I know in my head 3 weeks from now, I'm going to get a fat check for like $10,000. So if I'm pretty confident, 90% confident I'm getting that check for $9,000 across 3 clients, then I can over leverage myself a little bit, $3,000 to $5,000, because I could pay it off in one shot once those checks come. Now, at the same time, I have a big crypto nest egg too. So even if I go into over leverage myself and go into a little bit of debt with Pokemon cards, I can always have that safety net of my Roth with 50 grand in there, or my crypto with 50 grand in there, or my savings account with 10 grand in there. So guys, it takes many years to build your financial castle. You know, all this crypto, there's too much crypto YouTubes out there telling you that XRP is going to $500 by the end of this year. It's not happening. Guys, it's not happening. And speaking of XRP, XRP is starting to piss me off again because it's not doing shit. All right? I've been in this for 8 years with XRP, and it's only given me a 5x. And, you know, okay, 5x for me is like a good $30,000, okay, something like that. So it's you know, it's a lot, but it's also not a lot. Okay, it really depends where you are. So this is how you gotta think about these things. You can't just go buy shit when you have no idea where your next paycheck's coming from. Okay, don't ever do buy now, pay later. Don't ever use that service. That's the worst thing. That's literally the worst thing you could possibly do. If you don't have the money for it, or you don't have the money coming in for it, you will not buy it. You will not buy it. Okay? Ooh, okay, guys, that was a long, ranty video, but I pretty much covered what I wanted to cover. Thanks for listening, and have a good day, guys, and keep buying the dips on all your assets.